The air was thick with anticipation in the entertainment world, but no one could have expected the breathtaking revelation that swept through social media like wildfire on Friday night. Lee Jun-ho and Im Yoon-ae, two of South Korea's most beloved idols-turned-actors, had just marked their 6-year anniversary, and they celebrated it in the most exclusive, heart-melting way possible. Rumors of the couple's anniversary had floated for weeks. But what fans didn't anticipate was the sheer luxury, emotion, and cinematic drama that would define this intimate celebration. From a candlelit escape in the French Alps to heartfelt gifts with decades of meaning, this anniversary wasn't just romantic, it was legendary. The love story began on the set of their hit K-drama King the Land back in 2023, where their undeniable chemistry lit up screens and soon spilled into real life. At the time, fans suspected their smiles were too real, the laughs too genuine, and the gazes just a little too long. Months after the drama ended, the rumors proved true. Jun-ho and Yoon-ae were dating. And now, 6 years later, their bond has grown from secret glances on set to a love that has endured media pressure, hectic schedules, and the relentless scrutiny of fame. For their 6-year milestone, the couple chose Chamonix, France, a quiet but stunning Alpine town known for its snow-kissed peaks, luxury chalets, and dramatic views of Mont Blanc. Hidden away in a private ski lodge perched 6,000 feet above sea level, the couple arrived under heavy security, disguised in ski gear and sunglasses. Sources close to the couple revealed that Jun-ho planned the entire trip 6 months in advance, determined to give Yoon-ae a retreat worthy of their journey together. He wanted to take her somewhere where no one could reach them. Just mountains, snow, stars, and their love, said a close confidant of the actor. Their luxury chalet, reportedly costing upwards of $30,000 per night, boasted glass ceilings to view the stars, an indoor infinity pool overlooking the Alps, and a custom-built dining room with 360-degree views of the snowy landscape. On the evening of their anniversary, Jun-ho surprised Yoon-ae with a candlelit dinner for two on the rooftop terrace. A private chef from Paris prepared a 5-course meal tailored to her tastes, classic French cuisine with a Korean twist. As the final dessert was served, an intricately crafted chocolate sculpture of a heart wrapped in roses, Jun-ho stood and took her hand. What happened next stunned even the chalet staff. Jun-ho handed Yoon-ae a small, velvet box. Inside wasn't jewelry or a diamond, he had given her something infinitely more personal, a miniature music box made from the wood of an old piano. What made this special? It was the same piano from Jun-ho's childhood home, the one he used to practice on as a boy while dreaming of the stage. Inside, a hand-carved heart contained a recording of a song he composed for her, titled Only You, Forever. Yoon-ae, speechless, covered her mouth in disbelief. She burst into tears as the soft melody played. You once told me you always felt alone, even in a room full of people, Jun-ho whispered to her. But I want to spend every moment reminding you you're never alone again. Just when she thought the night couldn't get more magical, Jun-ho led her outside where a hidden string quartet began playing the score from their first drama scene together, the one where their characters danced in the hotel ballroom. But this time, they danced on snow. Under the starlit sky, with soft snowflakes falling and violins playing around them, Jun-ho and Yoon-ae held each other close and swayed like time itself had frozen for them. Witnesses say the moment looked like a scene straight out of a K-drama fantasy, the kind of love most people only dream about. Earlier in the day, Yoon-ae surprised Jun-ho with a heartfelt letter she had written in secret over the past month. Rather than a gift, she wanted to give him her unfiltered feelings, bound in a leather notebook titled To My One and Only. Parts of the letter, later leaked to the press by an anonymous insider, read, "If the world ended tomorrow, I'd still want today because you're in it. You've seen every side of me and loved each version without hesitation. I would say yes to you in this life, the next, and the next." Jun-ho reportedly teared up as he read it, holding her hand tightly and promising that no matter where their careers led them next, they would always find their way back to each other. Once their Alpine celebration ended, the couple flew back to Seoul on a private jet. But the romance didn't stop there. Back home, Jun-ho had arranged a surprise anniversary party in a secret garden-themed rooftop venue in Gangnam, filled with their closest friends and family. Taeseon, Tiffany, Suzy, and Lee Se-young were among the star-studded guest list. Photos from the private event showed YOONA in a flowing ivory gown and Jun-ho in a tailored dark blue tuxedo as they cut a 6-tier cake adorned with fondant roses and miniature versions of themselves as drama characters. The celebration was sealed with laughter, slow dancing, champagne, and an emotional speech where YOONA told the crowd, "6 years ago, I found my best friend and my heart in the same person. I can't wait to see what forever looks like." As news of their anniversary broke, fans across the globe flooded social media. Instagram Reels, Twitter threads, and TikToks went viral as netizens posted tributes, throwback clips from King the Land, and fan art celebrating their love. "This isn't just an anniversary. It's proof that real love exists in the crazy world of fame," wrote one fan. "They've kept it private, but now they're showing us that true love doesn't need to be loud to be strong," commented another. Insiders say that while both stars have major projects lined up, YOONA is rumored to lead a new Netflix crime thriller, and Jun-ho is preparing for a fan world tour. They plan to keep prioritizing their relationship. They've struck a rare balance. No matter how big their stars become, their hearts are still in the same place with each other, said a source close to both stars. Some sources have whispered about a possible secret engagement soon, but both camps have declined to comment. One thing's for sure though, if a wedding does happen, it will be nothing short of a fairy tale. As celebrity relationships flicker and fade, Jun-ho and YOONA's 6-year love story has become a beacon for fans, reminding them that real, lasting love isn't just for the movies. It's in the quiet glances, the shared dreams, the snowy dances under starlit skies. And most of all, it's in choosing each other, over and over again, year after year. Happy 6th anniversary to Korea's golden couple. Here's to many more. Just when fans thought the romantic tale of Lee Jun-ho and YOONA's 6-year anniversary couldn't get any more cinematic, more dazzling details have emerged, each scene painting a vivid picture of a love so deep, it's starting to feel like fiction written by the stars themselves. This wasn't just an anniversary celebration. It was a journey through memories, a tribute to everything they've overcome, and a promise of forever sealed in the most breathtaking way imaginable. Hours before the private dinner on the snowy terrace, Jun-ho ushered YOONA into the chalet's cozy screening room, where a fire was crackling in a stone hearth and the curtains had been drawn tight. With just the two of them seated on a velvet couch, Jun-ho dimmed the lights. Then, a projector flickered on and a 6-minute video began to play. But this wasn't a typical anniversary clip. Jun-ho had secretly compiled hundreds of behind-the-scenes clips from their 6 years together, moments never shared with fans or the press. There was a grainy video from 2023 of them rehearsing a scene from King the Land, giggling after YOONA forgot her line and Jun-ho tried to improvise. A candid shot of them walking hand in hand in Tokyo, faces half covered with masks. A cozy morning selfie, coffee mugs in hand, in a cabin in Jeju Island. The real tearjerker? A secret video Jun-ho had filmed of YOONA sleeping during a rainy afternoon in London, softly muttering his name in her sleep. At the end of the video, a black screen appeared with white words. 6 years of loving you in silence, in laughter, in storms, in light. I'll love you in all your seasons until we forget how to count the years. YOONA turned to him, speechless. Her eyes glistened. And all Jun-ho did was kiss her forehead. Later that night, Jun-ho led YOONA to a ridge behind the chalet where a telescope had been set up. But there was no astronomical lecture awaiting her. Instead, the words YOONA, my eternal spring appeared projected in the night sky using a high-powered sky laser visible only from their elevation. It was an ambitious and wildly romantic gesture. Each letter shimmered briefly among the stars, as if constellations had been redesigned just to reflect his love for her. You are my warmth in winter, my rhythm in chaos, my forever home, he said, his voice low and emotional. I wanted the universe to know that tonight. YOONA, overwhelmed, pulled him into the softest, longest hug. They stood there under the snow and stars, wrapped in each other, as if the world had melted away. As they returned to the chalet, YOONA noticed a soft melody echoing through the quiet halls. It wasn't from speakers. Jun-ho had arranged for a live acoustic guitarist, a French-Korean musician flown in from Paris, to play their favorite songs by the fireplace. YOONA's heart fluttered as he began to strum the tune of Perhaps Love, the OST from Goong, one of her favorite dramas. Jun-ho led her in a slow dance in front of the fireplace, both in warm sweaters and slippers, not needing a ballroom or an audience. Just the melody, the flickering flames, and the beat of each other's hearts. At the song's climax, Jun-ho whispered the lyrics in her ear. "Love is the moment, you walk into my life." Jun-ho wasn't the only one full of surprises that night. After the firelight dance, YOONA pulled out a thick, hand-bound scrapbook wrapped in silk. Inside were over 100 pages of journal entries, photos, and sketches, chronicling their 6-year relationship from her perspective. One page was a pressed flower from a trip to Nomi Island. Another showed a ticket stub from the first movie they secretly watched together, Your Name in Disguise. One page simply said, "The first time you held my hand, I knew." Tears welled in Jun-ho's eyes as he flipped through the pages. In an industry that demands perfection, constant smiles, and schedules packed to the second, this was real. This was them. And every page whispered the same message: you were worth every secret, every risk, every waiting moment. To end the night, the couple walked to the edge of the snowy forest beside their chalet. Earlier in the day, Jun-ho had arranged for a silver birch tree native to their Chamonix surroundings to be planted at the border of the property. Hanging from its branches were 6 glass ornaments, each containing a tiny note representing a major moment in their relationship. The first "I love you," the first trip abroad, their first fight, their first make-up song, the first script they read together, and a blank one for the future. They stood side by side, hand in hand, and buried a small box beneath the tree. Inside were copies of their letters, a USB of Jun-ho's love song, and a photo of them taken that very night. "If the world forgets us, this tree won't," Jun-ho said softly. "And when we come back in 10 years, YOONA added, we'll hang 10 more. As their private jet touched down in Seoul the next morning, the magic of their Alpine anniversary didn't fade. Jun-ho and YOONA were seen walking hand in hand through the terminal's private exit, hoodies up, faces half hidden, but the way they moved together was unmistakable. Later that day, a single photo surfaced online, Jun-ho slipping a handwritten note into YOONA's coat pocket before they stepped into separate cars. Fans, once again, went wild. Not for scandal or gossip, but because real love stories like this are rare, even among the most famous. As more fans around the world learn the details of Jun-ho and YOONA's 6-year anniversary, one thing becomes clear: theirs is not just a celebrity romance, it's a masterpiece in progress. They have mastered the art of quiet devotion, of private passion, of choosing each other again and again even when the spotlight threatens to blind them. And as their anniversary fades into memory, one truth remains as bright as the snowy stars under which they danced. They are each other's home. And home is where forever begins.